Hello everybody, this is Candace. I'm back again with the Q&A series. So now the question that I got is, what is the purpose of dating? What is it that should attract a man to a woman or a woman to a man? Should it be about attraction, or there should be something like intellectual knowledge that the person has? Should it be the one that guides you if you should be with this person? And basically this question also was asked as to what's the purpose of marriage. So I have interlinked the two questions to answer them in one, because if you are dating, you should be intending to marry that person. Otherwise, then don't date that person. And in that too, I got a very interesting one as well, that if I am young and I'm dating, what is my purpose? For that one, the one simple answer that I can give you is that you shouldn't even be dating. Like, let's say you are 15. Since I said that the purpose of dating is marriage, or at least the guy should have that intent when they are dating you. But do you think a guy who will date you when they are 15, they would want to marry you when they are 25? That is the rare reality in the world that we live in now. So as somebody wants to date you, or if you are involved with somebody, their eventual intention should be that they are going to marry you. So now, there's something very interesting about this question. It is something that can be answered from the world side of you. Like, it's the first question that I've had to answer that I find the Bible and the world agreeing, and obviously the Bible came first, right? So this just tells you that God is the it. So the answer to this is that in the Bible, God actually says that we must multiply. How do we multiply? You marry, you have kids, and that's the same thing that I found when I checked elsewhere on other books, that it is to maintain social structure. And the reason that is given in that is that eventually, once you date somebody, you want to have kids with them, you want to marry them. So if I can just list the 5 basic needs of a human being, it's food, right? Say, I'd give an example with a man. Most men can't cook, right? So who makes a maize meal a pap? It's a woman, So normally then that's the case, that you want somebody who will be able to make that into a productive somebody. More like a house is not a home until a woman is in it, So then the second one is shelter, which I've just spoken about now. You need to know that I've got somewhere where I call home, security, and especially if I give another example as well, is that it's my opinion, right? So like, I wouldn't consider to buy a standalone house now when I'm alone, because I've got this fear a bit in me that what if something happens, this and this and that. But at least if it's supposed to be like that, then it should be in a complex, or unless there's a man in my life, yes, then I wouldn't mind. So you see that in a way, being together, it brings a structure of security. Then another need is water, sleep. Yeah, we need to bath for that guy to identify you, to know you, And then there is love. This one is, I can take it from a child's point of view. When a child is small and you brush them, you caress them, you massage them, those who might just touch their kids and all that, that is a feeling that they grow up with. And if you don't do it, they want you to do it. So it's the same with the one that you don't do it, then in the way it has a different impact on them. So love is very important. Everybody needs to be loved. Everybody needs to feel loved. So going to the second one is, you need a better half, somebody who will be with you. In the book of It's Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9. It says that two are better than one, so that when the other one falls, the other one can help. There are so many examples that we can give in this one. So as well, it shows you that there's nothing that you can do on your own. You need somebody to be there with you. I just want to check something if I can share with you, but while it's still loading, I'll do that. So now the other point is that needs need to be met. We have to admit that as human beings growing up, the minute you are in puberty, there's something different that happens in your body, and you feel like you want to touch somebody, you want to kiss somebody, whatever it is. So this is a natural part of the human being that is there, and that God also speaks about that we need to fulfill. But in the word, you will only find this being spoken about when once somebody is married to another party, not just J. So now, again, there are those people who are afraid to be alone. And I just feel like this one is not in the biblical model, because once you have fear, you do not have trust. So there is something that is still lacking in you for you to work out. So if you find yourself being fearful and you regard as having somebody to as a security for that reason, I feel like you should try to deal yourself, find yourself, sort yourself out. If it's confidence, whatever it is, there are those ladies especially who find their confidence in a man. What happens when that man leaves you? It's not a good thing. So you must have your own ground without anybody in your life. So now, another thing that I just want to say about the fear of being alone. I feel like there are some men, especially going in their late years, the 40s and all that. There are some men who will start hunting for a woman to marry because they don't want to die alone. That's the reason. And if you happen to be that lady who is able to love them the way they want to be loved, or the way they feel they are loved, then you may be in trouble because you will think that the man is loving you for you, but he is loving the way that you're loving him. And in the same sense, then he's gonna want to marry you, not knowing that he wants to fulfill his needs or his fear. So now you need to ask a man, why is it that you want to marry me? If it means that you're going to have to ask that question in many different ways, several times, do that, because you might find yourself being in a trap. Especially, there will be guys who will come into your life and be like, hey girl, I am here for marriage. I'm not here to play. I want this. I've played. I've done all the messy things and whatnot. And you feel like, oh my gosh, this guy is so matured. Be careful. Pray. Get on your knees and ask God, is this really man here for me, or there is something that he wants to fulfill out of himself? So now, again, then I just wait. So now, in summary, basically, I'm saying that dependency is not love. If somebody is dependent on you for something, it's not love. So you need to be aware, especially now that we are in this COVID period. Now you get to understand that person that you call your boyfriend, that person that you call your girlfriend, are they taking time to call you? This is the time where everybody has got time in their hands, unless you are an essential service, But other than that, is this person giving their time for you? Are they praying with you? And in a relationship as well, somebody can be saying, I'm ready to marry you and all that. But what is their vision? Do they have a vision? Does their vision suit your vision? Because now you can find that you are marrying somebody because they are ready to be married, but your visions contradict. Because now also, if this person is going to be someone who wants to control your life, who wants to choose which friends must remain in your life, which must not remain in your life, you will find yourself going against your vision or the vision that God has placed in you. So in that, I just want to summarize that, purpose of marriage, happiness, status, like this is something that it's a superficial thing, like happiness and status. There are some people who just want to be married so that yeah, I'm also married, to a point that now you find that you remain in an abusive marriage because now you are like, or an abusive relationship because now you have set the standard on yourself. You've posted that guy, that woman on Facebook, everywhere. Everybody knows this is the couple, but when you are together, it is something else. So now I just want to say that. And again, another thing that I have seen, dating, once people see that, oh, we've got matching, the guy doesn't mind wearing matching attires with me, we travel together to places, those are just temporary things. When the real thing comes, when you have to look at family and all that, especially if you are still struggling to manage or to understand yourself, now when you have to understand somebody and take care of them, now a child comes on top of that. Believe you me, it takes too much of you than you can think of, that you even struggle to have time to yourself. So now I just want to share this, that I said, why it's important for you, or what's the purpose of marriage, the which in one of the topics of getting to know yourself, I have defined, or that I can say this goes hand in hand with that message, because at the end of the day, what God wants for you is a relationship. He wants a successful relationship, a relationship that it will help you. So that relationship that you are in, is it helping you or is destroying you? That should give you the answer to know if I must be in this relationship or not. So I just wanted to add to say that if your happiness depends on somebody else, your security depends on somebody else, your sexual satisfaction depends on somebody else, your life purpose depends on somebody, your completeness as a person depends on someone, your lack of loneliness depends on someone. So you do realize that no matter what we can say or about ourselves or our ego to say, I don't need anybody in my life and all that, there are so many things that defines that we need somebody in our lives. I'm not saying now if you are single and all that you must go out hunting for somebody, especially as a woman. You must not go looking for a man. A man must come looking for you. In the word, it says that a man leaves his mother's house to go live with his wife. So now you shouldn't be running around looking for a man to love you, He should be the one coming looking for you. Thank you so much.